1 week after the police station explosion, John is trying to sleep in a cheap hotel when Hal suddenly enters and throws ice water on him. Hal wants to continue training John, beginning with flying. John puts on the ring and tries, but instead of flying, he accidentally creates a bird from the ring's energy. The ring soon runs low on power, yet strangely, the bird remains alive even after the ring is removed. Hal sends John to his coastal property to retrieve the lantern battery so they can recharge the ring. Meanwhile, Hal investigates the stadium massacre. He finds blood still on the ground and discovers that the metal detectors were sabotaged. Someone had deliberately allowed weapons into the stadium. Hal then discovers a crowded town meeting. As soon as he enters, everyone becomes silent, making it obvious they were talking about him. Billy tells Hal that he helped remove the charges against him and invites him home. Hal agrees but demands answers about the 4 dead aliens. He wants to know how William's men knew exactly which targets were aliens. While Hal investigates, John reaches his huge but nearly empty mansion. He finds the lantern equipment and eventually retrieves the battery. Before leaving, he also has to feed Earl, only to discover that Earl is actually a dangerous carnivorous plant. Hal secretly takes an alien corpse from the morgue and brings it to William's detector. The machine scans the body and activates a camera, proving that William has technology capable of identifying aliens. John is then attacked by 2 men. They knock him unconscious and take him away in an armored vehicle. When he wakes up, he discovers that his bird has also been captured. The bird attacks one of the kidnappers, giving John a chance to fight back. He eventually escapes onto the highway with the lantern battery, but a black truck crashes into him. At the same time, Hal is stopped by police while carrying the alien bodies. Carrie is shocked and realizes that the town's metal detectors are actually being used to find aliens. Hal then goes with Carrie to confront William. Hal demands to know where William obtained his advanced technology. William says his people have protected the land for years and have a mysterious benefactor. He refuses to cooperate and warns Hal that a sniper is waiting nearby. Hal ignores him and raises his ring. A gunshot is heard. The story returns to John, who is now being held by a man named Anton. Anton explains that they don't want to hurt him. They want information about the hunters. John has never heard of them. Anton reveals that his people were nearly destroyed by aliens who arrived on their planet, used their resources to develop advanced technology, and then used that technology to conquer their own species. The hunters have been pursuing these creatures ever since. Anton's men use a device to project images into John's mind, showing him the destruction of their race. Anton explains that a Green Lantern eventually defeated the creature responsible, but the promised punishment never happened. Now the creature's last known location is Rushville. The 4 aliens killed at the stadium were Anton's people. They had been hunting the creature when William's men attacked them. Anton wants John to identify the creature so they can take revenge. He warns that they could destroy Rushville, but he wants to see their target first. Hal, meanwhile, wakes up in a hospital after being shot. Carrie tells him that William has pressed charges against him. She also asks about Sinestro, whose name Hal repeatedly mentioned while unconscious. Hal refuses to discuss him. Carrie has already learned that Sinestro was a Green Lantern who attempted a coup and was defeated by Hal. Later, Hal notices that the hospital is strangely empty and its medical equipment is still packed away, increasing his suspicion about the town. John returns and meets Zoe at a coffee shop. He apologizes for what happened between them, admitting he didn't know she was married. Zoe says William is eccentric but that she loves him, although being around him can sometimes be difficult. Zoe takes John to Hal's hotel. John gives Hal the lantern battery and tells him about the hunters. Anton believes Rushville could be destroyed within 48 hours unless they identify the creature. Hal begins connecting the pieces. He remembers that Earth was once considered a lost planet that did not deserve lantern protection. He suspects Abin Sur, the lantern who gave him his ring, may have brought the creature to Earth. Hal also realizes that John's ability to create and maintain the bird without the ring is extremely advanced. John may not be ready to become a lantern, but he clearly has unusual potential. Hal finally puts on his lantern suit and travels to the Green Lantern homeworld for answers. Before speaking to the Guardians, he visits Sinestro in prison and asks about the hunters. Sinestro immediately becomes serious. He warns Hal that if any hunters are still on Earth, they could be an enormous threat. Then Sinestro asks about John, revealing that he already knows about him and questioning whether John is truly ready to become Hal's replacement. The episode ends with Hal facing even bigger questions about the Hunters, the creature hiding in Rushville, Aubin Sur, William's technology, and John's mysterious abilities.